In the opening scene, two maids were whispering about the application piled up in the Duke's desk. The other maid asked what application. Second maid said that Duke is looking for a fiancé. She also mentioned that, who want to marry such a Duke? He is notorious for being trash. Other maid replied, who cares? Just look at his face, that's all they need. As they had a long chat, they noticed the Duke's aide passing by and silently went back to their routine. When the aide entered into the study, Duke disappointedly asks, is this it then? Aide reports that, yes, it's the final list. It seems many family wants to sell their daughters. He asks whether he must really do this way. We're finding a fiancé through interview. He confirms whether he should send out the invitation. Duke replied that everything is positive, so let's proceed. With a murderous look, he thought that even the crazy emperor should be happy with it. In the other side, the protagonist in discomfort thought, why am I in this creepy carriage? And why am I off to get engaged? And to the trash Duke of all people? Then she cursed him. Protagonist thought, nothing is going my way since I transmigrated to this world. Before all this, she was ready to start her new career after being unemployed for years, but it wasn't meant to be because the plane met an unfortunate fate. When she opened her eyes, looks like her but with a pink hair, it was Aurora, the character she read in her past life. Her mother requests to marry the Duke for family's sake. She reluctantly agreed to go alone with the storyline as she just transmigrated to this life. Who is the infamous Duke? Jeffrey Etika, the male lead, and trash Duke known to be an absolute scumbag. Back to the carriage. As she had a long thought, maid said, Miss Aurora, your sighs are quite distracting. Please stop it. This is Angela, her personal maid. As she gathered information about her, others' maids are something off about her. But Aurora was not much bothered. Angela said, Miss, we are almost arrived. Miss was mesmerized by the Killer Garden's appearance. The guard announced the arrival and escorted them. Both were observing the castle. Angela said, I thought north will be cold but not so bad. Miss replied with relieved that she is glad, won't have to acclimate, and added it's actually more central, geographically speaking. Pinkhead thought, Duke's fiancé has arrived. He didn't even came to greet her. This won't bode well in the future, already looking down on her family and cursed him. Suddenly, a young noblewoman frightened dashing her and running outside, and her Mai was trying to come her, but the young lady yelling, You think I came here because I wanted to go hell. Her maid reminded her that they are still in Etika. Witnessing all this, Aurora was confused and saw the unfazed look on the escorting guard. She thought, after seeing a young noble lady running out crying, how he is so calm. Hesitantly, she called the guard asking what happening here with that woman. With unfazed look, he replied, One of the fiancé candidate like you, Miss Aurora. Shocked and stammered, raised her index finger towards her and said, Me the fiancé candidate. He stared at her and replied, That's right after all. You are a candidate who came to attend the interview. As he showed an application that says that Miss Aurora candidate number 42, by seeing that she was flapped and thought, What the hell was that? In the waiting room, she was bloomy and muttered herself that, There is no way. What lunatic conducts an interview to find is fiancé? Added that she wasn't notified about. Angela, numbing something the whole time, asked, However, shouldn't you at least start preparing for the interview? Annoyed Pinkhead replied, Angela, are you serious? With concerned miss, of course. It's the perfect opportunity to rise up the rank. Birds of a feather, no? Annoyed and flinched. You do know how harsh that sounds, right? She said. She meant it in a positive way. Annoyed Miss Aurora said, Yeah, really you love running that mouth, huh? Either way, at least I have to try and don't want to disappoint my mother." Angela said exactly, as her mother had invested a lot in this engagement. The large doors were knocked and opened. Maid springs from sofa as if she never sat, Aurora thought. Already. Duke's aide enters, introducing himself as the Duke's aide, Wendell Hamilton, and he is going to escort her to his grace office. Aurora gulped in fear, but Angela back there wishes her good luck. They walked towards the majestic door, and Aide Wendell opened the door, asked her to go ahead inside. She calms herself by taking a deep breath, then enters in. Wendell announced that Miss Aurora arrived. Duke was standing against the window turns and asked, "So you're Baron Audrey's daughter, Aurora?" Head down, she replied, "Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you, Your Grace." Then she glanced at him for the first time. He continues by, "I am Geoffrey Etika. Welcome to Etika Castle, Miss Aurora." She gasped and blushed by his stunning looks, then thought maybe this marriage isn't so bad after all. Let's see what happens next. Thanks for watching, lovedies. Stay tuned for the next update. Please do like and subscribe.